a big believer that we actually live in a matrix, a huge statistics. I'm moving on September 3rd on the 3rd floor on apartment 3303, building number 3.
No, okay, that's just,
Like in a game when you
literally, you die,
you start over until you get that lesson.
That next level.
Yes. You probably heard of this skin disease, the white spots.
Oh, vitiligo.
Yeah,
Yes.
vitiligo. So I have that thing, and I was working on that a lot. And one spot completely gone.
So
in my body, because the Michael Jackson, I think, had it.
I was about to say, I think Michael Jackson had it.
My mom had a problem with her lungs. I remember she called me and said, Mila, oh my gosh, I have to do this. I worked with her one time, and she went to the doctor. So they checked and say, actually, your lungs looks fine.
No
You don't have to do
way.
it. Yes. Hey there, beautiful souls. Welcome to TTM Talk to Mila. I'm Mila, your guide to exploring the fascinating world of psychology, numerology, and quantum therapy. This is the space where science meets intuition, and where together we will uncover the tools to heal, grow, and design your life you always dreamed of. So grab a cup of tea or anything else, and let's dive into a magic of transformation. Let's talk. Today, very special episode because it's my first episode of TTM, and I have a special guest. It's Siley Kiran. Welcome.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here.
Thank
and
you.
I'm so honored to be your first guest.
Thank you for coming. It's very, very cool. We finally started doing it.
We've had so many discussions off camera that I think it deserves to be on camera.
Yes,
They've been so good.
I agree. I just have so much knowledge what I want to share with you guys, and I realized that when we're talking and then the conversation is like coming out just very naturally and a lot, right?
Yeah.
So it was a great idea.
I was gonna say we could talk for hours when we get together. So I feel like a podcast is just natural for us.
So today we will talk about numerology and what actually numerology is, and why Elon Musk thinks and believes that we actually live in a matrix.
This could be some simulation.
It could. Do you entertain that?
Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that. I can't wait to hear about it.
Yeah, so think about the life as a game. When you play in the game, in a computer game, right? Like you have to, there is a code on this game, and you have to know where to go, like turn left, right, like, or you have to earn some, I don't know, coins to get like to the next level, or to get to this some point, right? And when you're doing it, you'll get there, and you get all rewards for that.
Yeah.
But if you're not going the right direction, you die. You start over. So the life, it's kind of the same thing, right?
Yeah, very true.
And
I never thought about it like that.
And everybody has own code. Like if you know the code, you actually can hack your life. Seriously.
I'm interested.
And numerology is the science that study the date of birth of the person and space in general. And it's based on extensive statistics. It's like huge statistics. It's not like every other disciplines like astrology or like energy therapy. You have to feel, you have to see. Yeah, so you have to trust your inner voice. Absolutely. But not everybody can do it because we are not connected to ourselves, right?
We aren't.
Yeah, and numerology actually helps you to see who you are and what actually the purpose here in this planet.
Cool.
Right?
Because I feel like so many people, especially, I don't know, maybe with the COVID pandemic, with all the wars, with everything, there's so much confusion and uncertainty, and young kids these days are exposed to so much more, but then they also have all these doubts, and it's I think this could benefit people young and old. It could provide direction in some people's lives, but maybe for others it provides, that you're doing it.
Exactly.
Because in life I realize we don't have signs that are good job. You don't get a grade A+ for, making a decision to change your job or move to another state. You kind of just have to listen to your body and listen to your intuition. And you really have to know yourself, like you said, and trust yourself.
Yeah, and we're not taught to be like
No.
to know who we are.
No.
And numerology, I honestly believe that numerology has to be like a subject in school.
Yeah.
Because when you know actually your matrix, your code, you know what you should do and what you like and where you should work. Because everybody has own mission, right? Like, and look at us as a part of the huge clock.
Okay.
And if in a clock some small little thing doesn't work properly, the whole clock is going to work properly.
Right.
So with the people in universe, it's kind of the same thing. If the person doesn't do what he actually is supposed to do, the whole universe kind of like not working properly. That's why we have all this wars and all this, negative stuff happening in the world right now, because people not actually doing what they are supposed to do. When we are babies, our parents decided where to go, where we should go to study.
Yeah.
You should be a doctor, you should be a lawyer. Who said that?
Right.
What if I want to be an artist? Oh, artist doesn't make a lot of money.
Yeah.
So actually they do.
Yeah.
But if they really like into that, and they like have so many rich artists in this world. So if you really like it, you should go for it. And but the people like society, our parents, our friends, like trying to tell us who we are, but like do they know that?
Right.
Probably not, because we have a lot of rules what people created.
Yeah, like social structure.
Yeah, so we have to be all the same, but it's not true. We all so different. Numerology, it's a great instrument to show you who you are, and we will talk today about that. I prepared something for you, and I think it's going to be very helpful for a lot of people, because the numbers what we covered with you, right? What you have in your matrix. Some people has in their matrix. People with like logical and analytical minds often find it that's like hard to believe into, right? Like I have a lot of very skeptical friends.
I believe it.
So and I'm an energy therapist. I'm do the quantum therapy. I heal people, and I have one friend, him, I guess,
my brother-in-law, who is a fantastic surgeon, spine surgeon, amazing doctor. So he's smart, he's scientific, he's logical.
Yeah, but he's very skeptical as any man, to be honest. I gave him energy therapy. It wasn't remotely. He was at work.
That's crazy.
And
that's
I was
actually
home.
Crazy.
Exactly. So, and I worked with his shoulder. It was in very much pain, right? He couldn't even sleep at night, he told me. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to gift him an energy therapy session for his birthday. So when I worked with him, and that's when he actually slept through the whole night without any wake up. Shoulder, it wasn't the reason. It was consequences of like certain things what was happening before in his life.
Okay.
So, and I told him if the pain is going to come back, we have to work through more.
Right.
So, and now it doesn't really bothering him. Sometimes, like he told me here and there, but not how it was before. And again, he's a doctor, okay? And
he's an athletic. He lifts weights. He does things.
He's super healthy.
Super healthy.
Yeah. And after my session, one session. Can you imagine like what would happen after like 2 or 3?
And like this guy is a skeptic of all skeptics, meaning he was looking for a reason not to believe. Like he was like, went into it like being like, it's not going to work.
Exactly. I healed my mom. She's in Russia. I'm Russian, and I got here like 5 years ago by myself. And my mom and my family, actually, not just my mom, and they call me like, can you work with me? Like, I don't feel good. I'm like, sure. So and my mom had a problem with her lungs after COVID. She went to the doctor, and they actually prescribed her like a lot of treatment, like a lot of medicine. And I remember she called me and said, Mila, oh my gosh, I have to do this treatment. It's basically washing off your lungs. And she's like, I'm so scared, can you work with me?
Wow.
So listen up, I worked with her one time, and she went to the doctor, and before this treatment they had to check again everything, if anything changed. So they checked and say, actually your lungs looks fine.
No,
you don't have to do it. And they cancel all treatment.
That is,
and she's fine.
That is
Yeah.
more than amazing.
Yeah, it's a quantum therapy, and I just amazed how it works. And I was studying for that like for 1 year. I'm in energy therapy like myself almost every week, because first of all, I forgot when I was taking pills the last time, like any medicine, because when I get sick, I'm getting cold or something. I know what actually it is, because I'm a big fan of psychosomatics, and I believe that every disease what we have, like any health issue we have, it's a psychosomatic. And if somebody doesn't know, psychosomatic, it's when your health issue based on emotion or like feeling what you had,
mental health.
Yes, mental health. Yeah, and then it's caused the problem actually in the physical body. So and that's actually proved.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm a DO in med school to be a DO, and DOs compared to MDs have this idea that the mind and the body work together, and almost, I want to say, every problem can be solved by the brain and the mind alone. It works in it's a team, right? Body, mind, all one. So if there's a blockage or a disconnect or some kind of like, stiffening or something happening in the body, a lot of the times it can be, you could treat the spine or the neck or the brain, and it gets better. And it's amazing how interconnected it all is.
And I have like a client who I work like very often and for a long time. She actually energy therapist too, so we actually work with each other. And I remember one of the session, it was crazy, because certain traumas what we have, right, what causes the problem, like some blockages in your life, you cannot make money, you eat a lot of food and you cannot stop. It can be anything literally, but it can come from like your past generation, 7 generation back.
Wow.
So and listen up this. So I was working with her. The request was she couldn't stop eat everything. She was like, oh my gosh, I just can't eat like 2-3 portion at a time. It's not okay. And I started working with her, right? And again, she's in Russia and I'm here. So we figured out that she had some woman was like of her family was in Holocaust, and she was starving to the death. This pattern my client got, and she had a fear to be skinny, because skinny like it means death, basically. And it was crazy how like we found this problem. That woman would actually had that fear, like she actually died because of that, and it's genetically came to my client. And guess what? And after our session, she started eating vegetables. She like one portion, and that's it.
It's like the fear was gone, but also like just a lot was like removed from a lot was like lifted off.
So she changed. She's like, Mila, oh my gosh, it's so crazy. I stopped like eating like crazy, like I stopped opening my fridge every like 30 minutes and eat everything what we have.
That's huge.
And she lost the weight. Not a lot, but like, she did. And it's for her, it was like, wow. All the time when we work with her, when she works with me, we found such like crazy scenarios of your family who you've never heard of. But it's actually affect you.
I could totally see that. So I have a little science tidbit about this. Do you know what a microaggression is? So like obviously macroaggression, like blah, blah, blah. But microaggressions are like insults, being racist, these little things that most people can take on the chin and move on. But there was a study that found, and this worked with mostly African-American women, so it might be a little bit skewed, but I think that the take-home point is important. They worked with African-American pregnant women, and they basically, it was a long-term study, and they charted kind of the microaggressions these women faced. And as you can imagine, tons of microaggressions. But the take-home story was when these kids were born, they found changes in their DNA from these transgressions that are not seen in other people that did not have these microaggressions or any kind of like challenges, resilient things that they've had to endure. So like your friend in Russia, or this therapist who had a family member in the Holocaust, absolute generational trauma passed down. If you're into the science, it's called acetylation and methylation of DNA. These are epigenetic changes that literally happen in the body. It's usually to protect yourself and to say you have a cancerous gene, the body will methylate it, close it off, and not let the body, pump out these cancerous genes. But
Wow.
when you've been going through trauma or like you're always under immense stress or pressure, your body is going to go through these changes because it's in defense mode. And so you have maybe psychosomatic changes happening, or maybe you have these blockages, like these things happening where you're like, I don't know why I can't stop.
Exactly.
Like, don't know why. It could absolutely be something in your past from generations ago and it's so funny because you would not make this connection of like someone, my ancestor, but I just think, I don't know, human beings are amazing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Life
for sure.
Consciousness is amazing. I 100% think that it's true.
Yeah. You probably heard of this skin disease, the white spots.
Is it like psoriasis? Vitiligo.
Yeah,
yes.
vitiligo.
Yes.
So I have it.
Oh,
and the doctors, the doctors cannot treat it because there is no medicine for that. And this is very psychosomatic thing.
Vitiligo is just patches of non-melanated skin. It's an autoimmune. Sometimes your body just attacks itself. Actually, it's just like a patch of white.
Yes.
That you see.
I have like over here. I have like here. This is actually very, very psychosomatic thing. And I was working on that a lot with my energy therapist. And one spot completely gone. In my body, because like I was working on that trauma. So what I had. And it's actually not my own trauma. It's like passed to me from a generation, but not accepting yourself for who you are. Like, the problem with your self-reflection, I would say, Yeah, and when I started working on that and loving myself and stuff like that, they started change those, like the spots.
Yeah.
And they started getting like, change the color. And and it's a disease very hard to stop.
It is. It keeps progressing and progressing.
Yeah, like the Michael Jackson, I think, had it.
I was about to say, I think Michael Jackson had it, and it's interesting that you say it's how you view yourself if you don't love.
Yeah, and we all remember that Michael Jackson didn't accept himself.
No,
he
wanted his skin to be different.
Exactly. So that's what this is actually prove the point. Like anything coming in your body, because your body talks to you like this.
I agree.
Yeah, when there's something is wrong, it's not because something wrong with your body. It talks to you like this.
I agree.
It screams and say, "Hey, look at me! You have to change something in your head and your life."
I always thought that.
Yeah. So and any even like back to the shoulder, because of certain trauma, it causes certain tension in your body.
Absolutely.
And it causes the pain. Because every organ and every area in our body responsible for certain feelings, traumas, emotions.
Right.
For example, our liver doesn't have any pain receptors, so it cannot be hurt, right?
Right.
But the liver keeps aggression and anger.
Yeah.
When liver tense, it's tense here, right?
Wow,
and it's pulls down everything to itself. Let's say your shoulder is more sensitive and it can be hurt, and you feel the pain in your shoulder because liver
is tight.
It's pulling down.
Wow.
So but you don't know about that.
No,
you know that your shoulder hurts, and you go to see chiropractor, doctor, whatever, to relax it locally, and the pain goes away, but temporary.
It's gonna
come back. And it's like a circle. You're going a bit again, and you think something is wrong with your muscles, blah, blah, blah. It can be anything. But the reason over here, and energy therapists, who I am, find the reason over here. And I work with the liver and relax the liver. Tension goes away and pain goes away from here.
It makes sense. It just makes sense.
So the area where it hurts, it's not always the reason.
That makes sense. And I'm sure people have experienced the worst pains that they've massaged and they've tried to treat. And they've had steroid shots and ibuprofen and all the drugs in the world, and it just doesn't go away. And then they have to put up with it because at a certain point, medicines and doctors can't do anything if the problem is elsewhere. But that's so amazing. But I definitely like the idea that the body talks to you. I've always thought that emotions actually was a form of communication. Which we are very used to communicating outward. Like me and you are talking. But how many times do we talk with ourselves? How do we?
Not a lot.
When we say, "Hey, how are you doing?" and you wait, and you wait and listen internally
Mm-hmm.
for an answer, or maybe not like a yes or a no, but like a noise or like a groan or something. Like, it sounds so silly, but I truly think that it's really as simple as that. It's not. It doesn't need
It's
to
very
be
simple, to be honest.
complicated. Or
Yeah, but people created all this like problems, you know, like, but it's a big business. I feel also like the medicine, you know, like the doctors, whatever. We need doctors. I'm not saying that we don't need doctors because of we can heal ourselves, whatever. No, there is a certain point, like when you have like the last stage of cancer,
yes,
you need a surgery. Don't get me wrong. It's like, not okay, I have a stage of cancer.
4,
Okay,
yeah,
energy therapy, let's go. But honestly, cancer is a very psychosomatic disease too. And there is like a lot of emotions behind the cancer, because the cancer is starting like killing it yourself, right? Like the body is starting killing yourself.
Yeah, it's your own cells
Yeah,
that keeps growing and growing.
And behind that, a lot of emotions, what got it stuck inside, and you know, it's a whole different story.
I know that, but interesting that you say that, because apparently every single one of us has a cancer appear every day.
Yes,
but the body takes care of it.
Exactly.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, but I think we will do another episode about like the diseases and psychosomatic thing.
So subscribe.
Yes, definitely. Stay tuned. So back to the matrix. Everything is energy, and you can attract anything what you wanted to.
Yeah.
This is why it's so important also to track your thoughts, what you're thinking of, where you focus, because where you focus is, the energy goes there, and that's
it materializes.
It's materialize it, in your life.
So that's the idea behind vision boards. Having that, all your goals.
Exactly.
Is because if you put your attention on it, you start to think about it more and more. I completely agree.
And when people think, oh my gosh, I don't have money, they don't have money. They don't. Because they constantly think about that every single day. But think, if you were thinking about, I have money.
Yes.
I have money. I have money. Or like, how I make more money. Yes. Instead of saying, oh, I don't have money, I don't afford it. How I can make more money.
So the positive.
The positive. Yeah. Positive your thought. And now you focusing on actually positive, and you put all the energy there.
Yes.
And you attract it.
Yes.
For example, this apartment, right? I had the vision in my head, like what apartment I wanted to.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that it's happened until I got here. I moved here, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's exactly what I wanted. Like the high ceiling, the view, any unit laundry. It's so important. Like, you know, it's open, it's bright. That's all what I was thinking about. Also, another example, I found a job like what I needed, like this. So I wanted to work less, make more money, and to be able to study. And I found it.
Yes.
It was like that. I was working 8 days a month, and I was making more money than I would work like the full time.
Yeah.
So it's like all in your head. Yeah.
I would say that, like, from that, the lesson is like visualization. Is so important.
It's so important.
And like, some people, I realize, you know, I was a big reader. I loved reading when I was a kid. So my imagination is like always going in a bad way. But I realize is like, we really need to focus on visualizing simple things. Imagine an apple. Imagine the shape, the color, the shininess, and like expand it. Imagine your room. Imagine your bed. The texture of the sheets.
I can taste it right now.
You can taste it. No, and I mean, so then when I've learned, I don't remember where I read this, but a little bit about my spiritual journeys. I've been really interested in astral projection. I think the mind is capable of everything.
Yes.
I think we are telepathic, transcendent beings, and we just need to unlock it. So my thing is, and one thing I learned is that your dreams, the gateway to sleep, is that gateway of communication to whatever you want to call it, the other side, the next level, whatever you want to call it. And so when you go to sleep, while you're sleeping, you should kind of have an intention in your mind, whatever it is. I want to succeed tomorrow. I want to make money tomorrow. I want to love tomorrow, whatever. Go to bed like that. Send that thought out wherever it goes to the universe. One thing, though, is what I think people fail to do is you can't just visualize it and send it off. You have to feel the emotion that you would feel. If you want to be rich, imagine yourself rich. Imagine yourself living that life.
How you
buying what
feel.
you want, but then feel
Yeah.
how you would with a wad of cash and
Yes.
all the things that you can buy. That
Smell it,
happiness.
taste it.
Yes. Happiness, pride in
Mhm.
yourself.
Yeah.
Joy. I'm telling you.
I'm having goosebumps
I
right now.
know, me too. I'm like sweating. But like those feelings mixed with the visualization.
Yes. It's so powerful.
It is so powerful. And
Yeah.
I don't even have like, there's not a word that describes like what this is or why to do it. But I'm just saying, when you guys go to sleep, set an intention, feel, for me, what has worked is feeling that intense, like light lifting happiness, like that makes your like brain like lift from your scalp, like makes you just like want to like smile so hard. That happiness, I believe we should be able to feel 24/7.
Yeah. I
That
agree.
would be
Yeah.
us at our peak selves. So if we can try and feel that feeling, even when you're in your lowest lows, you can kind of try and conjure that up in yourself.
Yeah.
It will take you far. I think it will.
100%.
It'll push you past these barriers that you find yourself running into over and over again. And although it doesn't seem like it's a big change, I'm telling you, the mind is powerful.
Oh, yeah.
Like we are powerful.
So when you have an instrument like a numerology, right? You can open your matrix and you're like, okay, I should do this and that, and so because numerology explain the influence numbers have on us. Yeah, and you cannot deny the fact that the numbers everywhere.
True.
They all around. Like,
Yep.
For instance, your phone numbers, your passport numbers, your social security numbers, numbers of house, apartment, street,
Zip
like
code.
zip
Yeah.
code,
Everything.
everywhere. The numbers is everywhere. Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
right? And it's never appeared randomly. It's always
Wow.
have a meaning numbers, like because the universe kind of talks to you like this.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm a big believer that we actually live in a matrix. Huge statistics. Elon Musk believes in that, and it's a lot. It says a lot.
Wow.
They always gonna connect it to your matrix. For instance, I have like the number 3. It's a big lesson what I have to get through, and I know that I have a number 3. So, and I have to move like recently, and just listen up. I'm moving on September 3rd on the 3rd floor, apartment 3303, building number 3.
No, okay, that just.
I'm
making
serious.
The building is 3 too.
Yes.
I knew everything else, but I didn't realize the building was 3.
Yes. This is crazy, right? Or when I open my matrix for the first time and I see, because everybody has a code of success, and I have number 8, 6, and 5.
8, 6, 5.
I check my phone number and I'm like, my number actually, my code of success in there.
That is
586.
insane.
And not just this, all my code, what I have, and it's in my number. It's in my social security number. I checked.
What?
So your code of success 39936.
4 digits are 1466. My last 4 digits of my social security have 33 in it. Oh my gosh, my first address was 9397. I mean,
I'm telling you.
You're telling me.
Yeah.
Oh my god, 3s and 9s I feel like have come up
all the time,
all
right?
the time.
Because in
I'm
your
on
matrix,
the 3rd floor right now of my apartment. It's so pretty.
you can see a number 3 everywhere.
Yes.
3, 6.
Seems
well,
like
see?
it's trying to tell me something.
Exactly. Well, you need to take your date of birth, day, month, and a year. And for example, your date is 21. You have to do
Add
like
2?
Yeah, like 2 plus 1, it's 3. So it's your first number. Okay. Then your month, let's say November, but you doing 1 plus 1, 2.
Ooh.
Because it's 11th months. Yeah. And the year, you have to count all the numbers and to make it one number. 1994. It's number 5.
Oh.
You plus everything, and it's eventually is getting 5. Back to the numbers. They're
Yeah.
all around us.
Yes, it goes 1 through 9 because it's only 1 digit.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
that makes
exactly.
sense.
Already enough, because these
Wow.
3 numbers is the most important numbers in your life.
Right.
And everything is around us, again, consists of numbers. So, and these numbers has meaning. And when you actually know the meaning of numbers, it's so helpful. It's very helps you a lot in your life. It's your map of your life.
So cool.
Like in a game, when you play a game, just
have
imagine
a-
if you know like where to go, how to get all the coins to get to the point.
It's a cheat code. Yeah.
Exactly. So the numerology for your life, it's the same cheat code. And
Wow.
I can actually read it for you. It's such a great tool.
It is a tool, and it doesn't tell you the answers.
It tells you like two options. If you go like here, you'll get this. If you go there, you'll get that.
Wow.
So it's your choice.
It's your
Again,
choice,
it's
in
like
the
I'm
end.
not predicting everything like, oh, it's gonna 100% happen.
No.
I'm not a witch. I'm not a magician. You
Right.
know, it's all science. It's all statistics. It's numbers. Because I used to be skeptical too, and I was studying astrology, astropsychology.
Yes, you did.
I was
lot.
studying a lot of all about the planet, numbers, science, zodiac science.
Yes,
You know, like. And it works also. It's all the instruments what you can use.
different tools.
Yes.
Okay.
But numerology for me as a skeptical person, I trust it because of the statistics.
Really cool.
Because statistics never lie.
That's true.
Never.
That's true.
So, and by knowing the date of birth of the person, you actually can tell what kind of person in front of you and what to expect from that person. Yeah, and it's super helpful in a business, in the relationship, and with your kids, you know, because a lot of parents, most of the parents, raise you as they think this way would be better for us.
Right.
It's not how they work. Sometimes parents can actually destroy the life of the kid by sending them to the wrong college. For example, it's a family generation doctors.
Yes.
I don't know. It's just the first example of came to my mind. Born the kid, right?
Yep.
And he needs to be, or her needs to be a musician. But the parents know, we all doctors, you have to be doctor.
You have to make money, but
yeah, and the kid goes to and become a doctor and hate his job, hate like what he's doing, you know, hate his life, himself, and the life broken. He remembered I talked about the clock, the big clock, and he's that little thing what has to go in the right direction, right? And the parents didn't let it do it. So by knowing the numbers of your kid, it's very helpful to raise them and to send them in the right direction. And I know it's very hard for a lot of parents to accept, right? Like, oh no, I know better what he needs. No, you don't. No, you don't. Yes, if it works for you, it doesn't mean it's gonna work for your kid. So it's very selfish. And numerology also teach you like the biggest mission what everybody has in this world. It's to learn unconditional love. So unconditional love is the highest emotion on the David Hawkins emotional scale. If you think that your parents love you unconditionally, it's not true. Because almost every parent has expectation from their kid. Yep. And this is not unconditional love. Right. This is conditional love.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And it's one of the hardest emotion and feeling what people has to learn. Yeah. First of all, it have to start from yourself. Yeah. When you unconditionally love yourself and you accept yourself and you give yourself to the world, everything starts changing. You start loving unconditionally everyone, because when you don't love yourself, you're not able to love somebody else. Yep. Like truly, unconditionally.
Unconditionally.
Yes.
Which is
when you not accept yourself for who you are, you cannot accept nobody. Like seriously, like you cannot accept your partner for who they are. You cannot accept your parents. You cannot accept nobody just because you are not accepting yourself. Yeah. And all people who you meet in your life, they are your reflections. Wow. In every person you see yourself, especially when somebody triggers you, like something like, oh, it's so annoying. It's about you. It's not about that person. Wow. Because you see in that person exactly what you're not accepting about yourself. Wow. Yes. And like a reflection example too in my life, it's with the relationship. I was not accepting myself. I didn't love myself at all, and I was working a lot on that. So when I was in a relationship, a very toxic relationship. My boyfriend, ex-boyfriend, he actually told me everything what I was thinking about myself deep inside.
So crazy.
Like even my nails, when I was thinking, oh my gosh, I don't like my nails. Like I couldn't find a good service, whatever. Yeah. I couldn't find it, and I couldn't do like I mean, I was doing a manicure, but I didn't like it. Right. So I was worried about that. And he actually told me that, oh, why you wouldn't do your nails?
Wow.
Can you believe
Wow.
it? Literally everything what I would think about myself,
Yeah.
he would treat me this way and he would say
Wow.
this to me.
Wow.
So it's not like how he actually feel about me. It's like my reflection, and
No.
I meet him so he can show me what I need change in myself.
Wow.
Yes. In your partner,
That's
especially your
powerful.
partner, like your lover,
Yes.
it's your biggest reflection.
Your biggest reflection.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. And I wonder, I'm sure viewers out there too have had maybe similar moments to you where their partner has said something where it's just like, how did you know I was thinking that?
Yeah. So reflect about
Interesting.
that and just to see what is actually triggers you in other people, and turn to yourself and ask how it's actually about me.
Right.
So it's very helpful question. It's very helpful.
It's not easy.
Yeah, it's not easy to accept that like something is wrong with you.
Of course.
But you know, it's the key.
Yeah.
There is one mathematical formula that unites the entire world called the golden ratio. The Fibonacci sequence.
Yes.
Yes, 0.614.
Ooh.
So yeah, people who work stock market, engaged in investments, you know, the calculated forecast, they all rely on the one mathematical formula.
Wow.
Yes.
This one?
Yeah, exact formula. Yeah, this is this formula, the golden ratio. Yeah, the Fibonacci sequence. So they all rely on that formula. And our palms in work of art, you know, like, you know, they all live in, and this one mathematical formula is present.
That's true.
Like in everything what we have around, one mathematical formula. We created by that formula. So why do you think that number doesn't affect us if we actually are numbers?
That's a good point.
Right?
I don't think I've ever thought about connecting.
Yep.
Like, I'm like, okay, yeah, Fibonacci sequence, yeah, golden ratios everywhere. But I've never been like, I'm also a golden ratio.
Yep.
I am also.
Yes. So everything around us is unified by a single mathematical formula. And the most powerful thing we have is our date of birth. It reveals our past, our present, and our future. So numerology believe in reincarnation. Yeah, so we are reborn.
Yeah.
All the time until we'll get through our lessons. So, and in numerology, you can see your past, your present, where you are, and where you can be. If you'll make these choices or that choice, you know. Also, very important to understand that numerology does not conflict with any other discipline. You play with any other discipline like astrology, palmistry, psychognomy. So human design, astrology, they're all about the same thing, but from the different like perspective, I would say. So all these disciplines begin with the energy. This is very interesting too. And every energy is assigned a number. That's where numerology comes in. Numbers are then given meanings.
Right.
So, and connected to planets, to eyes, hands, other elements.
Okay,
you know,
all these different
So
things.
yeah, and leading to the development of their other disciplines. In other words, numerology or digital psychology is the foundation of all disciplines. Because if you will take the natal chart, horoscope, human design, they all use the date of birth.
Right, that's true.
To calculate it, you have to use the date of birth.
Yep.
I will study everything. Numbers are everywhere, and it's the base of any discipline. What I can read or
how it all
talking about the person
starts.
who actually invented numerology. Have you ever thought about that?
I honestly thought it was like maybe like ancient, like Mesopotamians or Indians.
And so numerology actually is from in ancient Babylon.
Yeah.
And the person who found numerology is the same person who created the mathematics, what we study at school. Yep.
Oh, Pythagoras. Don't tell me the man who came up with the Pythagorean theorem.
Yep.
Came up with numerology.
Yes. A long time ago, before all like modern religion, Christianity and Islam. Before that, Pythagoras was a great philosopher and mathematician.
Yes. English.
Yes, English, my second language. I'm sorry, and I've been speaking English only 5 years.
That is incredible. English
Give
is
me
one of
credit.
the hardest. English is one of the hardest
Russian
languages.
is like the hardest. So Pythagoras, he was the first to claim that planets move. That science actually could only prove centuries later.
Wow.
He actually found out and then discovered it like long time ago. Yeah, and he was the first to study music and assert that it's composed of the numbers and vibrations. And he believed that the answer to all the questions could be found in our date of birth. And he founded his own community. Later on, we don't know exactly what happened to him. A lot of his students, as Plato and Aristotle, were also his students, and they actually mention him all the time in their like writings. Oh, and over time, his students split into the different like groups.
Right.
And some pursued science such as chemistry, biology,
astronomy,
the physics, and mathematics,
Yeah.
while others developed to study the numbers, like study date of birth.
Yes.
So, and these two major branches stemmed from like Pythagoras' teachings. So he was actually creator.
Wow.
Yeah. So later, numerology spread across the world.
Yes.
And forming various schools within like closed communities, because that knowledge was very like highly hidden, because it was very like
powerful.
Yes, like, and not everyone had access. So there is a lot of different type of school of numerology.
Okay.
So what I study is a karmic numerology. And the karmic numerology is the most powerful because it studies past and incarnation, future, and the cause and effect of relationships. Wow. Because karma is the cause and effect of relationships.
Right.
So the karmic numerology is based on 22 numbers, also known as the major arcana of tarot. So in tarot originated around like 500 BCE as a profound as a game. It was a game. It was a powerful game. The earliest depiction of tarot cards were discovered in ancient Egypt.
Wow.
Linking them to the very foundation of civilization.
Literally. We know Egypt as one of the most technologically advanced civilizations that has ever. We don't even know how they mummify bodies.
So, and the meaning in numerology are delivered from these like arcanas.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, and creating deep connection between numbers and their symbolic roots.
You're right. Every single number, when you're learning tarot, all have a specific meaning.
Yeah.
It's a different aspect of that meaning. How interesting.
Yes,
Crazy.
Very interesting. So listen up next.
Yeah.
So what karma actually is.
Yeah.
Karma is not a bad word, how everybody thinks.
Right.
It's simply the cause and effect of all events in your life. Like past, present, future. So, for example, the fact you're watching this podcast right now, the result of your choices.
That makes
sense.
Right? Yeah.
Or like if you're currently not in a relationship, again, it's the consequences of your action.
Yeah. Whether you want it or not.
Yeah. If you're not earning enough money, it's your choices you made in the past, right? In the present too, because you actually choose to go in a company who doesn't pay you as much as you wanted to. It's your choice. So, and the karma is a reflection of the choice you've made and the energy you've put into the world. So it's a natural force that connects actions to outcomes. So according to the Eastern philosophy, we live in a matrix. So and the concept referred to the samsara in the East. And samsara represent a continuous circle of rebirth.
Yep.
Or like, like in a game. When you
literally you die,
you start over.
You die, you start over
until you'll get that lesson,
that next level.
Yes,
lesson.
Exactly. So that's why I believe Elon Musk believed that we live in a matrix, because it's literally what's happening. And also very interesting fact: we'll do like the statistics between like the airplane falling down, the crashed. You will find very interesting thing that the people who are on the plane, they all connected. And they have like certain number in their date of birth and their matrix, what they don't get through. The lesson that what they don't get through, they on the same plane and they crashed. Yeah, not me, but my mentor who was a study from, she was actually doing that statistics, and that was very interesting. It's very fascinating.
That is fascinating.
Yeah.
So another reason why this should be a tool taught to people.
Exactly.
And
that's why I'm saying it would be so great to have like in the subject as a numerology in school.
Yeah.
So you can study yourself and help yourself. People are reborn until they're getting through the lesson, right? And fulfill their soul mission. And samsara symbols that matrix we live in, and that we are all part of this. As I said, like the clock, right? We all the part of the huge mechanism, what we call universe. So we go through these cycles, rebirth, And until we work through our karma, meaning the matrix itself, it's karma.
Right,
And
right.
once we complete these lessons, right, and
Mhm.
move beyond, we transition into like life of easy and
Wow.
like clarity.
That sounds
Yeah,
amazing.
and this existence is
Mhm.
free from limitation imposed by society,
Wow.
social norms, and past reincarnations. So
Oh.
yeah, so when you get through your lessons, it's changed everything.
Wow.
And sometimes like very small actions actually can change you and to put you in the right path kind of thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Does everyone have the same amount of lessons, or everyone is different?
Everybody's different.
The number of lessons, all of that is dependent on your birthday and
Yeah. So there's one very interesting thing also. I think we
Mhm.
talked to you about that. Every person has only 4 tries, and how to understand on what try you are. If you're born on 2nd,
yes.
it's your first try. If you were born on 11th, it's your second try, because 1 plus 1 is 2. If you're born on 20th, it's your third try.
Right.
And 30 or 31, it's your fourth try.
Wow.
Yeah, and after that, if you're not getting through that last try,
Mhm.
you kind of get stuck and not reborn, and we don't know like for how long you can be stuck. Yeah,
Wow.
between.
Is it a punishment, do you think? Or is it just kind of the universe trying to push you towards change?
Yeah,
Like
it's pushing
trying
you
to,
to your mission.
Yeah, like be who you need to
Yes,
be, and it's getting
exactly.
more and more intense.
And when you are being who you are,
Yeah.
and you going toward your mission, your whole universe helping you, because you help universe.
Yeah,
Because
that
we're
makes
not born
sense.
just because, we actually born to help the whole world.
Right.
By
love
doing
that.
something, right?
Yeah.
Or I don't know, to be a lawyer.
Literally
to,
a garbage
yeah,
man.
exactly.
It
doesn't matter. Everybody has mission.
Yes.
And the world,
Mhm.
yeah, and what happening within it,
Mhm.
we must emit the same vibration and operate at the same
Ooh.
frequency as the energy that emanates from the world itself.
Wow.
Yeah, and unconditional love is that frequency.
Yeah.
And achieving it requires profound inner growth and self-awareness.
Yes, yes, yes.
So as a digital psychologist, using just your date of birth, I can identify your personality traits, strength, weakness, talented, your potential risk, what we're going to talk about you today. Second, forecast for like important life events.
Right.
Like you can count when you get kids.
Wow.
My mentor, she calculated when she's gonna have a kid, and a boy and a girl. Yes. So
you learn from one of the best.
Yes, I'm learning only from the best. And number 3, what I can do, it's pinpoint areas where you can maximize your potential and achieve success.
I think
Isn't it
everyone should.
Yeah.
Like that's amazing, and it gives me hope. And like hope is one of those things that I think everyone needs to have. It's so easy to lose hope nowadays.
I agree.
But like this would give everyone like, I am here for a reason. I am on this planet. I'm going to achieve my mission. And I'm going to help the world.
Yep.
I think that's beautiful.
Yeah, and also uncover the root cause of life challenges and how to resolve them. And determine your connection with your children and understand how you influence them. And just improve your relationship with anyone, also like business, love relationship, friendship, everything.
Your
literally.
Boss,
So you can just calculate the other person who you communicate, and you can see, okay, so how I should talk to this person.
Yes.
So a digital psychologist goes deeper than like a coach, works faster than like classical psychologist.
I see.
Because I'm study psychology too, and I actually studied that before with my course of numerology. So I have actually diploma of psychology, and this is very long, and also psychology doesn't give you solution.
That's so true.
When you work with a therapist, you can find the problem, but what to do with that?
That's up to you.
It doesn't say. In a good therapist not supposed to give you advice.
That's true. You're supposed to find it yourself.
Exactly. So it can take forever, for years,
and I'm sure people have been suffering.
Exactly. So the numerology, it tells you what you should do.
Yes.
And what you should not do.
That is so
it
nice.
gives you the choice. You can
You
choose.
can, yeah. You don't have to do
Yeah,
it.
you don't have to do anything, but like
True.
if you want to change something,
Yeah.
numerology can help you with that.
Yeah.
As a digital psychologist, I work using the method of the pentagram
Ooh,
and a 5-point star.
5-point star, yeah.
Yeah, symbol was studied by Pythagoras. Yeah, through his life.
See.
So an upward pointing star symbolizes that connection between God, universe, or like whatever you can call it, and humanity.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's one of the most powerful symbols representing the unity of the 5 elements. If you see the history of different civilization, that star was like everywhere. So, and this symbol is foundational to the Fibonacci sequence.
Wow.
So, and it's embodying harmony and balance in life. Integrate 5 interconnected elements.
Okay.
Air, it's your personality. Ether, it's a spirituality.
Ooh.
Water, it's wealth and finances. Fire, it's relationship. And the earth, it's your health.
Wow.
Yeah, so 5 areas.
Okay.
And
Wow.
when these elements in harmony, they form like a foundation of balance and fulfilled life.
Yeah.
However, when one or more are disrupted, creates imbalance.
Right.
And leaving a person feeling unhappy, like unfulfilled.
Mm-hmm.
So in like people are making mistakes when they just working on the one area in their life. Like, oh, okay, I don't need a relationship. I just gonna work on my career.
Yes.
It's not gonna work.
You have to have
Yes,
all
you need
aspects.
Yes, exactly. All aspects. It's like
Wow.
so wrong when people, a relationship doesn't work, so I just gonna focus on my career. No.
Wow.
Or like,
you
oh,
have to
I have
keep
a
trying.
yeah, or like I have a relationship, I don't care about my career. No, it's not gonna work.
Wow.
All 5 areas has to be worked on. Now we go into the very interesting part. We're gonna analyze Silas' chart, the matrix, but we're gonna talk about only the first area. It's your personality, by like impact all your potential, all your programs, and you can see actually what you got from your mom and from your dad, from your family generation.
Wow. Yeah.
Yes, and you can, by knowing that, you know what to do, and when you know what to do, you're doing it. I mean, not everyone, of course, can change your life like this.
Yeah.
Your main program is 21.
Okay. That's my favorite number.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, I'm not surprised, to be honest. And I have a question for like everyone. Ask yourself right now, who am I? What am I like? What is your first coming in your mind? Something negative comes up if you think, oh my gosh, I'm so lazy. I cannot build my life.
I was gonna say, if I had to have pick a negative, it was gonna be lazy.
So like anything negative what coming up in your mind means you haven't accepted your inner child. And it's very, very important like to accept your inner child. Yeah. So because everything starts from there. If the program of your first purpose is not resolved by the age of 25, it will continue to send its lessons even after the second purpose is revealed.
Oh.
I will explain. So from 18 to 25, first triangle works. So it's first program, and you have to work on that age. Why from 18? Because until 18, you kind of under karma of your parents.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So in 25, your second purpose turn on. So and it adds the lessons. So if you didn't work on that, it's added here. You have more. Yeah.
Okay.
Until 35. And 35, the rest 3 programs turn on.
They just turn on all.
Okay. Yeah. It's crucial to complete your progress on the time, because then our results of programs, they will add just more and more and more on you.
More on your plate.
Yeah. And you're going to be overwhelmed by both at once. This is actually why so many people experience the first major life crisis between like the ages 25 and 30.
Oh my gosh, because that second one is unlocking.
So your main arcana is 21. Your strength, protecting minorities, those who are like mistreated.
I like that.
Yeah, so you're protecting smaller kind of. Believing in unity and bringing people together across the world, because 21, it's a world, meaning the world. So you kind of unite the people together. Right. Wow. If you move somewhere, you will adapt very quickly and you will feel like home. Yeah. And no matter where. Yeah. So it's your like strength, it's your talent. Wow. 21 often move abroad. At very early age. It's also very creative energy, very creative, like one of the most creative their energy. And also 12 and 3, and you all have them.
Oh my gosh.
So and they're genius, like
Wow.
genius level individuals. So you're like very creative, and you have to use that. They have like deep connection with the surrounding world, heightened sensitivity.
I definitely feel
Yes,
like
yes, that's you. Very tolerant and accepting of everyone, with the natural ability to unite people, because it's a world, you know, the meaning of the world.
Yeah.
So, and passion about traveling, exploring other cultures, like
Yeah.
studying languages.
I love all of that. I was really good at learning language.
Yeah,
when I
so
was
you
younger.
should do it. It's very,
And I love
it's
it.
very good for you.
How cool! So these are all like parts of my strengths that I
Yeah,
can.
it's your strength and talent,
Oh.
and what you have to use. And also number 3, because it's 21, right? 2 plus 1 is
Right,
3.
right.
It's a core program in your chart. So like your strength, or like strength of the number 3, it's bright, they're very warm, positive, and very emotional individuals. Like and always surrounded by friends, like companies, you know, energetic groups. Like they get in together, everybody, and great sense of fashion, beauty, style. And number 3 actually has to be on a stage.
Really?
Yes, yeah,
I
has to
loved
be on a
acting when
stage.
I-
There you go. Yeah, they're excellent managers, leaders, also, and the pluses when you like in the right path.
Yes.
Feel like royalty in life, carrying a fragile self assurance. You show the care towards others the most, more than about yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, very family oriented. Love children. 3, it's for number 3, it's family is very important. Very likes hugs and cuddles.
Yeah,
Very important. Like
that's
for you,
so
like
true.
touchy. You know, it's very important for you.
It's weird, but I'm not that good at giving it, but I love receiving it.
Yes.
A weird thing, real quick.
Yeah.
Before I came back home to Michigan before this trip, I pulled a tarot card.
Okay.
And it was the Empress card.
Wow, it's your main
and
card.
I pull it all the time.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, maybe it's my mom.
Yeah. So in the number 3, actually, for women makes the tendency to go into a relationship and kind of forget about your career and stuff, because it's like so everything there. But it's so wrong, because number 3 has to find a balance between work and family, and don't go like deep there or deep there, you know, only one side. It's very important. For number 3, it's like the biggest thing, like it has to be balanced between work and the family.
Is it the danger that you might go all into family?
Yeah, everything gonna be like a mess. Like your life
that
gonna
makes
be
sense. You want to be
distracting.
comfy and family, but you can't. That's not like
yes.
like you said, you have to work on all parts.
Yeah, so which is weakness for like 21 arcana. So it's depending on their mother or a woman, financially, emotionally. So
all of that.
So very dependent relationship with mother. It's very important to separate it for her.
Yes.
And not to be dependent on her opinion, you know, financially. It's crucial. It's you have to do it. Everyone else is wrong, I am right, you know. It's a weakness. It can be this.
It definitely
Divide people by race or other differences, like I don't like this people, I don't like gay people, I don't like I don't know, black people, for example, right? If you have those like moments when you're not accepting certain like group of people, that is a minus, because for number 21 you have to actually
unite people, right?
and you have to accept everyone, struggle to take small steps toward their goals, so lack patience.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
You need to learn how to, so you set the goal, right?
Yes.
And you have to learn how to make small steps towards that, because you're very impatient, and if you're not getting everything at once, you give up.
You get bored. I do.
So don't.
So that's where the lessons
it's a
that
weakness.
I kind of
it's a weakness.
Totally. Definitely.
Yeah, you have to learn how to do like step by step. You know. So also reject your spirituality, and truly, you know, like, which is significant mistake. Like, okay, I don't believe in anything. So this would be a minus.
Yes.
If you were born on 21.
Don't reject your spirituality.
Yeah, don't reject it.
Trust her.
Yeah, and have a rigid of worldview. So the world is wrong and I'm right. This is a minus. It's a huge minus, because universe actually for you. And if you have that thought in your head, it's completely wrong, and you go in a minus. And if you nothing going to change in your life, and it's going to be only destroying until you will change that in your head. So there is 2 extremes. First, the egoism. It's I'm better than anyone. Prideful, arrogant, you know, judging other based on like their status. Surround themselves with weaker individuals to feel superior. control their loved ones,
Oh,
and
yeah.
dominating both at work and in family.
Oh, I see.
They are unable to control their emotions. Number 3, like very
Oh.
emotional number, very
Sometimes-
like this.
Oh,
Oh,
my
what
gosh.
hysteria?
Sometimes I
yeah.
have moments where my brain just like,
Yep.
and I'm like the calmest, nicest person, but sometimes it's just like a
So
fire.
if you were born on 3rd or 12th and 21 or 21, you have to work with your emotions, and you need to meditate, because meditation calms your emotions down, and you can start like clearly thinking or hearing. And the second is codependency. So women lose touch with their feminine essence and overpower men. So and have like unresolved issue with their mother and other women. Yeah. So like number 3 and number 4, they're very connected, because the number 3 it's empress, and number 4 emperor.
Yes.
Emperor.
Oh, wow.
So and they are like working together. And if the woman has number 4, if you're born on 4, on 13 or 22, you need to work on your feminine side and stop compete with your husband, man, like with any man. Stop compete, because you're a woman and you need to be in a feminine side more, and stop being controlling and put everything on your shoulders. It's not how it's supposed to work. So, but like they actually have that tendency to compete with a man, because they have that masculine energy.
Oh, and that's just part of their personality that
You have to,
in order to balance it out.
You have to change it into 3, number 3.
Wow.
Yeah.
And does number 3 need to change it to number 4 a little bit?
No, like if the man born on 3rd, then he needs to turn into 4 to be an emperor.
I see.
And take responsibility for a family, to be a provider, to do those like masculine tasks.
Yeah.
So, but the number 3 man, they always they have a tendency to go into beauty. They very like passionate about fashion, style and stuff like that. So you can see the feminine side and those men. And this for them, it's very important to take responsibility and not depend on their mother, because number 3, they always like depend on mom. They live with the mom for a long time. Yeah, so it's very important to like separate from your mom. Tend to be soft, sensitive, and indecisive personalities. Like that feminine part. And often choose a profession related to beauty. And if they choose that profession, it means like they have a lot of number 3 in their date of birth.
So there's a big connection with 3s and beauty.
Yes. So what recommendation I would give you on for 21? First of all, become financially and emotionally independent, especially from your mother.
I agree.
And build your boundaries.
Yes.
It's very important. Like you just probably don't realize right now until like 100%, but it's very important for you. Yes. Probably your mom is controlling. Yeah. Most likely.
She is.
You were born like you have that mother not just because. It's a It's a consequences of your choices before. Right. So you have to get through and work on that problem and try. And remember, it's your third. All right. Travel more, learn languages, explore other cultures. Very important. Move abroad. It's very important. I mean, you will move eventually for sure. Like I'm not even doubting. And choose the work that doesn't require like a strict schedule.
You're speaking my language. Yep. That is me.
Because
wow, guys, check out this. I mean, this is amazing.
You need to create choose the work where you can create your own schedule.
I agree.
That's you.
No, I think that would literally be my happy. Like if I could travel and make my own schedule, I would be my peak self. Yeah. That's crazy.
Engage in creative activities, very important, because it's very creative energy and you have to engage with that. Yeah. Choose work related to woman or beauty. Avoid over like masculine professions. Right. So like don't pick like any like manly work.
Crazy. Hard surgery.
Practice meditation to connect with and manage your emotions effectively. So for you, meditate is very important. So, and also work on your relationship with your mother. Don't hold like resentment toward her. Just help her where she struggles. Right. But don't let her control your decisions.
I see. So still have my boundaries, be
Yes,
firm,
exactly.
but don't
You can,
resent.
you help her when
Help.
she needs it, but
Of course.
you're adult, you have your own boundaries, and yes, so
Yeah.
you have to build it.
Yes.
And probably it's going to be not that simple for you because it's like the main thing what you have to do.
Right. That is like my big.
For men, just know that you have that feminine side without letting it dominate. So work on independence from your mother and avoid comparisons between your partner and your mom. In the 12 arcana, it's people with this arcana have unique perspective on life, very unique view. Yeah, you see you see everything from a different perspective.
Because I've always had like a very spiritual, worldly view. Like this is not all. There's so much more.
Yeah, there you go.
So I feel like I've always had that. Whereas other people, especially like younger, when I was younger, never thought about it. Like how interesting.
Primary challenge is depression. So it's very pay attention on that because 12 it has a tendency to depression. If you were born on 12, just pay attention and work on that. Unlike the bright energy like of the number 3, the 12 carries sadness, and often lives like in their own world kind of thing because all those authors who was like writing all sad novels. It's 12. It's number 12.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
So that is a unique perspective of the world.
Yep. So in the negative, they tend to be pessimistic, very and may struggle with the feelings of hopelessness. As children, they might have thoughts of suicide or experience several depression, like when the kids. So
maybe I had it, but I just was always in my imagination.
Yeah.
So
it's another world, like
it's
your
another
own
world.
world.
So I keep myself busy in my own world.
Yeah.
That's it. And you were saying this is from my past
from the past life.
Wow. Okay.
So it was your kind of mistake what you didn't do.
Yes,
so,
in the past.
Yes.
Wow.
So you have to work on that.
Okay.
So they often live for others, like the number 12, they sacrifice herself to others.
Wow.
Yeah, and neglecting their own desires and well-being.
Yes.
So and this is completely wrong. You need to learn how to choose yourself.
Yes.
And you'll
So
see
true.
further why actually, because you have number 6, and number 6 has a tendency actually not loving yourself, not choosing yourself.
So it's like hand in hand together.
You should daily write gratitudes, like I'm grateful for.
I've started to do this recently.
You have to do it every day.
I don't write it at night. Every night I say.
You have to write it. It would be better. Yeah,
definitely.
So write down things you're grateful for each day. To shift your mindset.
I could do that. Yeah, definitely.
Then practice viewing life events from various angles and accepting different points of view.
Yes.
Focus on optimism more side, and
rather
letting go of negative outlook on life. Refuse to see yourself as a victim. And take proactive control of your life. And never put another person above yourself, even your own child in the future.
Wow.
Yeah, your well-being is crucial for a balanced and fulfilled life.
That is going to be a hard thing to learn.
It's going to be hard.
So this is interesting. Like, it's interesting knowing that it's like, it doesn't sound, maybe to other people it doesn't sound that hard, but for me personally, it's like,
it's hard to do.
And like my looks, for one thing, if you guys remember her saying like beauty and like being like a woman dressing really nice, that's the one thing that I don't really care too much about. It's like I love myself, spirituality, I work out, but makeup, hair, I kind of just let those things go to the side. I could definitely work on it just to be more well-rounded and just how cool.
No, it's your mission. You should do that. You have to do it.
Oh my God. I will. I'm saying yes to the mission.
Good. And when we come into this world, we have work through all fulfilled and negative programs of our parents. And those challenges, they're like programs of your line age. And choosing a parent whose unresolved mistakes resonate with you. So you pick them because this resonated with you.
Wow.
Yeah. So a father line age, it's number 3. Remember I told you all about number 3?
Yep.
You have number 6. So it's negative programs, but they also your talented, your strength. If you turn into the plus, they're going to become your strength. The number 6 have like natural beauty,
Mm.
but often they try to change it through beauty treatments, injection, or surgeries.
Wow.
Yeah, because they don't accept it.
Wow.
Their natural beauty. Don't do it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you have to accept your natural beauty because it's your strength. Struggle with the relation fixation and related problems. Attracted to external appearance, like number 6. Look at only on how the people look like, because they are passionate about beauty.
Yeah.
Like if they're beautiful, okay, I'm in love.
Yes.
And they don't look deep in the person actually personality, and that's why most of the time the relationship failed, because number 6, they don't go deep.
That's so interesting.
Yeah, and they like sexy guys,
Yes.
machos,
Right.
and all this stuff, but
are they good people?
Yeah, overlooking deeper qualities. So.
Yes. Oh, how cool.
Yeah, and issues like marrying the wrong partner, divorces, it's number 6.
Things from being shallow or
maybe. It's actually on your dad's side. So
The 6?
wow.
Yep.
Somebody in your generation wasn't like getting through that program, because it's like the whole generation. Your dad likes number 3, gave you a program number 3, but number 6 from his side.
ancestral side. Wow. And so now I'm working on that.
String. It surrounded themselves with the beauty. It's creating a harmonious and cozy environment.
Yes.
It's like very important what they around.
That's true.
Yeah,
I have to have art and plants and my
it has to be cozy.
It has to be cozy.
Value family and a sense of aesthetics. Enjoying dressing well and presenting them beautiful. It's so important for them, and have the ability to see beauty in everything and every person they met. Also, they have a gift in their hand. It's very important to engage with activities like crafting, designing, writing, or like any work what you can do with your hands. Yeah, many famous poets and designers, artists, models have number 6. What I would recommend it to you: always choose your well-being again first. Yeah, especially in the relationship.
First.
Yes, especially in the relationship. Break free from codependency and create a balance between relationship and personal achievements. Again, see, number 3, 21, 12, 6, all about the same thing.
All about the same thing.
It's the hardest thing for you to do. Stop trying to change your body. Accept and love and it is. Explore talents involving your hands, such as, I don't know, gardening, organizing your home, cooking, crafting, designing.
I love all those things. So
there you go.
Do it more.
There you go. And also develop the ability to look deeper into the people and situation. Not like just, they look good.
Appreciate their beauty.
No, deep. Yeah. I see. Because otherwise, like, there's going to be problems in the relationship. Also, you have number 9 in natural wisdom. It's like very wisdom people, and you are naturally wise, always ready to discuss the deeper meanings in life. I think it's very you.
That's so true.
And you are meant to be actually the spiritual mentor, because number 9 it's all about this. You have that rescue instinct, often helping others even when they don't ask you. It's actually minus because, for example, you see your mom making mistake and you feeling that you have to give her that advice.
Oh, I see.
She didn't ask you.
I don't need to give my energy.
I see.
So
you don't have to do it.
Put it towards myself.
Yes, again.
Unless someone asks.
Yes, help someone who asking you for.
Oh my gosh.
For it. Like in a positive way, in number 9, it's a deep empathy and ability to genuinely share in others' emotions and pain. Like you have very strong intuition. With the esoteric potential, including the ability to see prophetic dreams.
I used to have deja vu dreams. Deja vu, like you've been in the moment. Mila, it was multiple times a week.
When you have a deja vu, it's actually show you that it's a matrix.
It makes sense.
Yeah, and we've been there already.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yes.
Because like how else would I know the exact people and the feeling and the clothes they're wearing?
Exactly.
Yes, my dreams have been.
And you shouldn't engage in anything like cheap or superficial. It has to be expensive.
Wow.
You make an excellent doctor or healer too. So you actually can connect being a doctor and with beauty.
Yeah, I would love to find that.
Being using your hands.
Using my hands.
That would be great. The last thing what I actually want to tell you, it's your style, because every arcana has a style. How actually people can
Oh.
naturally and better to read you.
Whoa.
Yeah, and your first 21st arcana, right?
Mhm.
It's the energy of liberation and
Uh-huh.
self-expression,
I
and you
love
should
that.
choose beautiful, bright, and feminine dresses that
Oh.
highlight your individuality.
Interesting.
Hugging style, that showcase your strength,
Yes.
enhance your natural beauty, focus on light, flowing fabrics and designs.
Ah.
And the key is to feel free, very
Being
feminine.
Feminine,
energy.
yeah. And I
Mhm.
want to like up my femininity too. Anyway, so I like that. I think I
So-
would feel really confident.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's all. That was my surprise for you for your style.
Yeah.
What do you think? Is it like about you?
Incredible. I think it's so like me. And it's so cool because like these are things that I've taken 26 years to figure out. If someone had this tool,
Exactly. Just
they
take
can
it.
know it. 18.
Use it.
Oh, I need to
Yes.
work on my open-mindedness.
Yes.
That's what I'm gonna
Yeah.
do. I think it's amazing, and I really appreciate the recommendations too. So it's not just like it's like you said, psychology shows you the
Yes.
problem, doesn't give you
Yes.
the answer.
Yeah.
This is like, here's what you need to do.
Yes.
And I love how it's like you don't need to go buy anything or do anything different. Just like embrace yourself.
Yeah.
Literally, that's
Mhm.
it. Embrace yourself.
Small, very like actions will help you, like little small
Yeah.
steps, which people don't do because it's scary.
It's scary.
It's
It
getting
is.
out of comfort zone.
Exactly.
Yeah. So like,
Wow.
but sometimes all what you need to do quit your job,
Yeah.
and it's gonna change your
And
life.
it's gonna change your life.
Yeah, but people
Just take the
don't
risk.
do it because it's scary,
It is scary.
and it's taking a risk.
Yeah.
So anyway, it was your personality, your one triangle, and we have 5 of
There's
them.
5, and there's 1.
Yeah, and also I can do predictions too.
So cool.
Yeah, in 2024,
Mhm.
2025. So if you're interested, if you have those numbers in your date of birth, listen it up. If you have any questions, if it's you saw yourself in this, leave the comment. I was very curious to see like how many people actually saw themselves. Thanks for watching my first episode of TTM Talk to Mila, and thank you, Sally, for coming
Thank
for
you so
my
much for
first
having me.
episode. I'm so happy. I hope, guys, you will like it, and thank you for watching. And stay tuned for the next episode of TTM. Bye.